Good evening, Nick's Pinball Chronicles channel. I wanted to demonstrate another improvement that I did to my pin over the last couple of days. I installed a updated and new FLIPTRONIC control board for my machine from a company called WEEBLY NVRAM. I have purchased over the summer a MPU from the same gentleman who makes these boards. Top-notch boards. I'd recommend them to anybody. They run cool. They're smaller components, less heat. Let me take the glass, open the back box, and I'll show you what I did. And I'm back. Since I last recorded a video, I also added 100% non-ghosting controlled lamps. So no more ghosting. Everything is blinking as it should. I love this game. Did a lot of love and care with this machine, putting it back together and getting it up to standards. This is a game changer. Full color and color DMD, thanks to that company. Those guys are great. I'll demonstrate it here. Simple install. On these particular Bally games where the DMD isn't part of the speaker panel on the bottom. These games, the speaker panel's up here. Only a couple games do that. Dr. Dude, Party Zone, Elvira and the Party Monsters. Only 3 or 4 machines have this style speaker. The rest of the WPC machines have the speaker panel down here. Well, anyways, with the color DMD, it's very simple. Again, it runs off of low voltage, so no more high voltage coming from the board. There's the DMD control board. No high voltage anymore, it's all 12 volts. And what you do is you run the same ribbon cable, the data cable, up to the old board. And there's your power tap that runs into here. You get a little Z connector that plugs into your power here for 12 volts. And you go online, depending on what game you have, and you download the Color ROM software for Color DMD. It's on their website. And you take it, you format it, FAT32, file allocation 32. Have that as the root file or root folder in the file. Download it from a PC, take it out of your PC, plug it into this port here. Hold the button down while it loads. It'll give you the stat. You have your status lights, your program, your init, your done, and your status. And I believe you also have control. Let me see. Yep. So the standard non-color software that comes with these displays is Sigma. For some reason they name it Sigma. But then once you download the file for your game, it'll update with the ROM file and BR Black Rose. Serial number of the DMD, the product key, and all that good stuff. And you can adjust contrast, brightness. I have it at full bright because it looks cool. LED, I have it on red, blue, green because that's the way my display shows up. Save and exit. I don't have to save it because it's already saved in there already. Let me just hit enter. RBG, that's back. RBG. Let me see. Save and exit. Let me see what it has here. Select USB. And it just resets. You hit this button right here and it'll just reset back to normal. Well, anyways, originally what I was talking about was I still have the original power driver board from when I got the game. It's been flawless. No issues with it. I redid most of the connectors. Most of them that needed it, I repinned. Especially the power section, power connectors I repinned. And I had the board gone through, bulletproofed. There's the NVRAM WEEBLY board for my CPU. It has an official Black Rose EEPROM. And here's the board I was talking about that I just got recently from NVRAM.weebly.com. This is the updated FLIPTRONICS control board with all modern components. Your transistors, there's no big large heat sinks anymore, and not a lot of heat generated on this board like it used to. The board runs very cool, and a really nice feature that they added was the fuse protection. If you have status LED lights for the 4 fuses for the protection, so fuse blows, you'll lose a lamp, which is a great indication because you don't have to actually check it with a meter. You know that there's continuity there with that when that light is on, when the fuse is installed. That was a really, really cool feature that they added. Another cool feature is that they added these nice, if you ever have a bad transistor, they made these really nice, let's see if I can light it. They designed through-hole components that'll, if you have a transistor that goes bad on the board, they actually have through holes where you can just readily and quickly replace the component by just soldering it up here, which is also a great feature. And there's also down there, I got it on right now. Those are all through-hole components. So if you ever have a component that fails, it's easy to solder a new part on there without having to worry about damaging the board, which is really, really convenient. And it's a great thing to have. I think that's about it. That's what I did. Everything is working flawless on this machine. No issues at all. It runs great. Let me put the back glass back on. I'll be right back. Yeah, that concludes the evening. I have a couple other neat surprises that are in store for the week. I purchased a new soundboard, pin sound, which is greatly going to enhance my sound system in my pin. This particular one, I know I keep saying particular, but these models in these years, there were 3 speakers. There's a woofer in the cabinet. You have a mid-range here and a tweeter over here with a capacitor, passive capacitor, to only allow high frequencies in. And the way they have it wired to the soundboard is the speakers are wired in series. I don't know why they did it that way, I guess. They found it more economical to do it that way. But yeah, they are wired in series. So if you lose the connection on any of those 3 speakers, you lose audio. So I found out about this company called PinSound. They are out of France, and they make high-end pinball audio. And what you do is you can actually make custom soundtracks and custom sounds and load them into software and load them onto the soundboard via USB. I'll probably get it Thursday. I'm going to do another video with doing the install because I have to rewire the speakers. Not only am I going to rewire the speakers, but I'm also getting a company called Pin Fidelity. I'm going to get higher upgraded speakers. And I'm going to have instead of a 6-inch woofer, I'm going to get an 8-inch woofer. 5 1/4 mid-range and 5 1/4 mid-range here. I had to buy adapter plates that go on these. But the company's called Pin Fidelity, and man, this game is going to sound like a movie soundtrack. It's gonna sound great. I can't wait to hear it. Anyways, you download the soundtracks off the PinSound website. You can make your own, or there is already pre-programmed ones from people in the community that have already made them already. So I can pretty much load any sound I wanted to on any of these events that are happening in my machine, because I know how the machine operates. I've had it for a long time. So let's just say the ball is sitting in the shooter lane here waiting to be plunged. Instead of the analog sound that comes from the stock board, I can actually load the soundtrack from Pirates of the Caribbean and play a minute clip that loops as long as you keep the ball here. Then once you launch, it goes into a different soundtrack, different special effects, sounds for cannon fire and explosions, and it's going to be freaking fantastic. I can't wait to show you. I'm going to make probably 2 videos. One video is going to be the install, because not only with the PinSound board and my speakers, I also have to upgrade the actual speaker wiring in the machine, because I'm no longer going to have the stock soundboard there, which is speakers are wired in series. The new board, I'm going to have it wired in stereo. So they actually give you a harness, a wiring harness that you make, that you run to each speaker, so you get it in true stereo. And there's also a subwoofer equalizer on the board where you can control how low you want the frequencies to go for the bass, mid-range, and tweeter. But it's going to sound like a movie soundtrack. It's going to be freaking cool. I can't wait. Also, with the new, Brian Allen is coming out with a new translate for this. I love Brian Allen. I collect all his artwork, all up in my arcade. He's a great guy. I've talked to him. I bought stuff from him. He's in my opinion, he's one of my favorite pinball artists, aside from all the other normal artists that do the games normally, like Chris Franchi and Dirty Donnie and the guys that work for Stern. They're all fantastic, but Brian Allen, he's my favorite. Eventually, he said he was going to make a custom wrap for this. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do another video with me changing out the artwork on the cabinet. That'll be cool. But the translate looks freaking great. I can't wait for it to come online. He's still testing it, but it's just a matter of taking off the glass. You see this trim here? That trim holds the real thin Mylar artwork, and the light comes through it to make it shine through, which is pretty cool. A lot of other things with this game too. Some of the creators of the game are actually on the artwork, like these guys here. These guys were the game designers. I forgot what their names are, but he's in it. He's in it. He's a designer. He's a designer. And I believe she is the voice of Black Rose. They actually took an image of her and made it, the artist made her face. So it's a pretty cool game. I love it. Since I built it from the ground up, I'm going to keep it. I'm never going to get rid of it. It's awesome. I love it. It's a lot of fun. And I'll keep you all in touch of all the improvements I'm going to do in the next week or so. It's going to be cool. Take care and have a great evening. Thanks for watching.